Come on. There you go. We're putting on the breeding harness today. It goes on Lambert and then on Joel, because we're going to be breeding them, turning them out next week actually. And there's the place where the crayon slides in. You see those two little holes? That lines up with a hole in the crayon, and then there's a cotter pin that slides through. And that holds it in place. Here's one of the crayons. We take this cover off when we put it on. And when the ewe gets serviced, then the ram, the markers between his front legs, it will put a mark on the ewe when she's serviced. And then in sheep, they have a 17-day cycle. So after 17 days, you change the color. And then if the ewe comes in again, you'll know that she didn't take on the first mating. And the reason we use marking harness is, number one, make sure you know the ram or the billy is working, that they're all not recycling. And number two, you can mark down the date they're bred, and then that gives you a pretty good idea of when they're going to have their lambs and kids. The gestation period for does is roughly 150 days, and for ewes it's they say an average 145 or 147. So we're going to fit them with a harness. We put the harness on a couple of days ahead of time, then adjust it before we put the crayon in. So we'll get the harnesses on today, and then we'll adjust them probably Monday, and put the crayons in, and then turn them out with our groups. Okay, we've got Lambert fitted with the harness. The crayon holder's right down here, right there, between the front legs. Got it adjusted so it doesn't slip, hopefully. And then all the loose ends, we've just tucked those in so they don't get caught on anything. So we'll let him out, and then we'll do Joel. So the cover pops off like that, and then this slides in like that, and you line up the holes, you slide the pin through like that. I have to line up those holes though, so that's why I'm doing it on this harness. It isn't on the ram. It's not going to be as easy once it's on the ram. So there it is assembled. And as you can see, it doesn't fit flat on there, and you got to line those holes up. So I'm thinking the best thing to do is to take the harness off the ram and the billy goat, put the crayon on, and then put the harness back on, because there's no way I can get that lined up with it on them. So that's the next step. That's what we'll do. Got the crayon in place. Split the cotter pin there so it doesn't come out. And then there's Joel, and we have to put it back on him. Okay, you can see the marker on Joel. Hardest part was catching him. We gotta give him some treats. That's called goat candy. They're licorice flavored pellets. He loves them. So we gotta make it a positive experience for him. Try to. He doesn't like to be caught. And the easiest way to restrain him is just around the horns. He's learned to stand still. It's not painful. Doesn't choke him. Okay, we got Lambert's changed or flight. He's wearing green. He's got to go back out with Joel. Got the breeding harnesses on. I'm setting up the first paddock for the does and the two Jacobs and the Texel. Moved the dog feeding station and the mineral feeder over, and the water tank is right down there. So we'll let the does out. The Joel and Lambert are out there, and then we'll bring the whole group down here and onto here, and they'll be shut onto here. And Lily and Garrett will be the two guardian dogs with them. Turning the does and the ewes out with Joel and Lambert. Should have kids and lambs the end of February, 1st of March. Lambert is. There he is. First time the does have been bred, and first time Joel has been in with the does, so could be interesting. Breeding right away. She's got a red mark on her. Two of the does are in season today, and he's mated two of them. So we'll be having kids the 1st of March. You notice a doe flagging her tail. That's a sign she's in season. And then she'll stand for mating. He's already bred her 2 or 3 times. And she's flagging and standing, so she's in standing heat. There, she got covered again. As you can see, the marking harness works well. You can see the does that have been serviced from a distance. Their whole rump is red. So that's the way it works. And in 21 days, we'll switch colors. And if they didn't settle from the first breeding, then when he mates them again, then they will have a different color of crayon on their rump. We're here adjacent to the run-in shed, and Heidi and the 2 Dorper rams were there. Move them over here. So they're by themselves here in this paddock. And then we've got the breeding paddock down here. And that's where Joel and the 10 does and Lambert and the 2 Jacobs and the 1 Texel ewe are. So that's our plan, and we're grazing the hayfield now. So we're in the breeding season, and we'll see how it goes.